after the mayhem from this weekend, 4 top 10 teams losing, who is on the stock up list for this week?
We'll start with Diego Pavia, actually, Vanderbilt quarterback, one of my favorite player in college football. I get it.
Wow.
It was only yes. I just like the Baker Mayfield, the Johnny Manziel type. I like that the confidence. They played Utah State, but he had 6 touchdowns this week, and they're 5-0 now on the season. And Vegas had them at 4.5 wins to start the year. So
Wow.
they have like it's just always been is Vanderbilt for real? Like they've beat a couple of good teams last year, but now I think hey they're trending in the right direction. I'm a big fan of Pavia. I hope his prices go up just because he's a fun player to watch. They got a big one that we'll talk about with Bama, and I hope that they can pull it off again this week. So that's number one. Number two, Jeremiah Love. We're back on track with Notre Dame here. Even dating back to last year, was he hurt? He's only getting 4 carries in the national championship game. Didn't get many carries versus Miami. Now it looks like he's back. He's had 8 touchdowns, I think, in the last 2 weeks. Shadarian Price is their backup, and he's scoring just as much. CJ Carr looks great. So Jeremiah Love, I think, is back on the running back one track that he was kind of all offseason. His auto was like $30 or $40. So
Yep.
I just felt like if you're buying Genty at 120, I like the room there. I think they're up to like $80-ish there on the base autos. So Jeremiah Love back, Notre Dame clicking. I
Yep.
like that. Last one, the biggest game of the week, Dante Moore, and he did it. He beat Penn State. It was a massive game in overtime. What's crazy is, Ryan, like Friday, Saturday, I was getting offers all morning, all night on Dante Moore before the game.
Yep.
And I was like, what is going on?
Yep.
I tweeted about it, and someone was like, oh, McShay was just on, I think, Bill Simmons' podcast, and he said he's quarterback one in the draft. He's the best quarterback in the draft, and it makes sense, I guess, seeing that quick spike. And then his prices started to take off again after the game. So now I think the front runner for the Heisman, Oregon in the driver's seat until they match up against Ohio State at some point, and
Yep.
they look like they are the truth. So
We have officially crossed by a landslide the most expensive Dante Moore sale ever this weekend. Sold on our eBay page. We had the National Super Auto. I was buying his stuff at the National. Picked up the Super Auto. It sold this weekend. It shows up on eBay sold listings. So I'll have to triple check. I'm 99% positive it has been paid for. I don't think this will be the only time we see Dante Moore on Stock Watch the rest of the year. I would expect you'll see him return, especially if he's in Bowman Chrome U. I can't imagine if he's in Bowman Chrome U here in a few weeks, whenever that comes out, that there's not a lot more Dante Moore talk as the season progresses.